Are you ready to die?
Yeah, I got that. You've been ambushed. Okay, cool. 229. 50 plus 50 ballistic skill until the end of combat. I kind of want. Okay, you're doing great. God. Holy cow! Why didn't you killed him? Why didn't you kill the guy right next to you? Oof. Hey. Use cover. Okay, can I? Can I right click? Ooh, let's see what you got. Okay, so you're really not all that great. That's fine. That's fine. Go there. I don't want to give this a try. At the same time, I have this huge bonus.
I will
Let's do it.
triumph. Death shall reign.
Boom. The character just landed a critical hit that deals increased damage equal to the character's critical damage stat. The character's critical damage is 150% of the normal damage by default. However, certain talents, effects, and abilities can increase this. Each weapon has its own critical damage stat, which is added to the character's total stat value during attack. Okay. Oh.
One fewer target.
Okay. All right. I'm for it. I'm for it. All right. I want to kill him.
Through chaos, I stride. One step closer. I will triumph.
Okay. I don't want to kill him.
I need no guidance.
That's fine. Go ahead and reload. I guess. Jeez. Blast it.
Oh, this'll leave a scar.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horseman survive. Didn't bat an eye that when that scum burst into the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. The incident with the servitors may be connected to what's happening now. Possibly. Quite likely. We'll investigate that at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. Okay, what are your orders? Mort has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid, and be quick about it. You got it, dude.
Intriguing.
Alright. Thank Providence you are alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it now. Mort, pull yourself together. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Looks like you don't need to. He's here. Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master's not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch militant just destroyed several more heretics on their way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I have not received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they've ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences of spreading fast. I'm receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only vox cast on the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors. Every last one of them. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he's unharmed. A psyker aboard the ship who is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. Try to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on transitional deck 18. Blast it. Masters of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Sessional, locate Slass and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Archmilitant with me. I must go to my study. It appears we might encounter heretics along the way. Battsy? If I may, Lord Captain, transitional deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthred back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the well-esteemed Archmilitant, and taking into consideration Edelthred's psyker powers. Then it's settled. Battsy, find Edelthred and bring him here in whatever state you find him. This elevator leads through restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I shall do everything in my power. Well, alrighty then. I guess that's what's going on. Are you ready to head to 18? It's a long walk, and you do not have proper gear. I'll make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. That is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you're consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. You son of a... I promised you a special destiny, Battsy. It's time to fulfill it. Alright. Not a fan. Can't wait to kill him. I hope there's more voice acting in. Like I'm doing a speech. Reading a book to everybody. Something.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see.
Two-faced scum, you are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Hi.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this Voidship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me, but you can help.
What sorry,
After all,
pathetic excuse
isn't
do
that
you
what
have for
family
your
is for?
apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of Grok's shit?
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Voice acting is oh good. One of the available dialogue options require making a skill test, unlike passive tasks, which are automatic. In this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Success or failure affects one more. We'll do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for that.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
Succeeded! What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used to material. You suspect this might be some archaeotech, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of tech. Servitor on the gate begins to move with screeching and groaning of metal. It leans forward close to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint, lights up, showing mysterious symbols. A whisper runs in your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Voltaire wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled themselves. Examine! Servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than ordinary automatons. Look for anything that can be used as a weapon. You look around. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and is perfect. Look back.
Did you forget something?
Alright, place your hand. Several long minutes pass. Sentinel's jaws remain closed. You are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean into the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes. Then none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von...
Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the warrant.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Well, there is still another way.
Oh, check the warrant chamber. That's awesome. Go check it out. Let it be known by my will. Oh, be the paragon of humanity and broken into adversary. Walk bravely. I'm not reading this. Not out loud. Who's this little guy?
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the warrant sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating. Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated.
Okay. Okay. Have an injury? Oh, come on now. What's it doing? Okay, not actually.
The world will bow.
You seal it. The little captain whose house each
Master,
more voice.
whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Moonrat is a traitor. When we parted ways, he stunned me and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. Bandmaster, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
He openly admitted.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
I agree.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds.
Yeah, buddy. Sniper
And
rifle.
the love of the throne. Now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you chose. Injuries reduce this character's resolve, which determines the amount of momentum gained at the beginning of each turn. Okay. When a character initially suffers an injury, it's considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once the rounds pass, fresh injury becomes an old injury. Fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries must be healed with medikit but require the character administering the treatment to ask a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Use Medikits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once combat's over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically. But any injuries that may have sustained remain, those can be healed with the Medikit. Medikit can be used who have the field medic feature base skill or have Medicaid skill advancement. Once, whenever a character uses a Medikit in battle, the Medicaid skill test. Cool. You've got new items. Awesome.